Welcome back to Business RadioX Pro Tip. Payton and Lee Kantor here with you. Lee, of course, there are so many potential revenue streams as a Business RadioX studio partner, but what are some of the most popular in your experience?
Well, the most obvious one is sponsorships. Obviously, that's where most of our studio partners get their most revenue, is through sponsorships to help their clients get the outcome they desire, which is usually business development in some form or fashion, to help them get more clients and use our platform to help them do that. That's by far the number one revenue stream that most of our studio partners take advantage of. And there are literally, like you said, dozens of other potential revenue streams. Four more of the most popular ones are, number one, remote broadcasts at local events, conferences, or trade shows. We get paid a lot of money multiple times a year to show up at different types of events and broadcast live, or just broadcast from these events and make the event a little bit more special by having kind of a live broadcast there, and by having a lot of the important folks that this event is around be interviewed by us. So that's another revenue stream that we can tap into throughout the year. Number two is studio naming rights. We have several of our studio sponsors have their studio has a branded company's name attached to it. And that's an area that is just really easy, if you can pull it off, to facilitate. And then that company gets to come along for the ride every time that studio is mentioned. Number three are these community partner membership programs. A lot of studios do this in a variety of ways with different names and stuff, but ultimately they are community partner membership programs that allow people who may not be able to afford a full-fledged sponsorship still have access to the studio, still have access to some of the benefits of being a sponsor in a more limited way, and also to give their brand a lot more kind of exposure just in the studio, in and around the studio, and they're getting access to some of the benefits. So that's a great way to generate additional revenue in the studio. And lastly, we have something that a lot of studio partners take advantage of, is a content concierge service, because we create so much content for our clients. And in the studio, we can be creating video content, audio content, obviously, but also we can take the words of the interview and then repurpose them in multiple social media places. So the content concierge service is something that a lot of studio partners take advantage of as well. Those are kind of the top 5 most common revenue streams at a Business RadioX studio, but there are literally dozens more ways to make money from being a studio partner, but these are the most common.